Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's live. I feel like it's a bit weird because it's mirrored, but that's okay. Hi, welcome. Hey, how are you? I'm going to put on my Instagram that I'm going live so that everyone can see. How are you guys doing? What have you been up to? What do you want to talk about today? I mean, obviously, we're going to manifest our dream lives together. Ooh, you want to get a bob? You want to get a bob haircut? I've actually, today, I had a sudden urge to go get my hair cut into a bob and dyed back to black. But we're also not trying to be impulsive like that because I will change up my hair every day, every minute if I could, and maybe I just not need to start getting wigs. So, how you guys been doing? What you guys been up to? Um and what are some of the things that you guys want to manifest? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because we're here to answer questions. Blonde bob first. The thing with the blonde bob, I fear, is that I have dark roots. So it will be like very quickly be the contrast between the fact that I have like roots growing out and then like shorter blonde hair. And I don't like that. That's why I would go back to black. Am I back to street style? It's always a back and forth. Street style is just whatever you want to wear. Honestly. I girl, I'm so happy to hear that you are inspired. That's all I'm here for. Currently trying to put my live on my YouTube. Okay, I'll get to your questions in a second. Do. I'm sorry. Okay, let me get to your questions. How was my afternoon? It's good. It's very nice. Currently just chilling. Go back to black and see if I like it. Oh, the thing about then I'll never come back to blonde because if I dye this dark, it will never be blonde again. I'll have to wait like 3+ years to try to go anywhere near bleach. You can't handle long hair. I prefer long hair so much, but I just like to mess around with my hair, and that's exactly why I end up with shorter hair. Do, 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 do. What is okay? What are your best worst colors? I can't do super like autumn colors like I can do very bright orange, but I can't do like autumn orange. Sorry. Squeeze me. I can't do like super hot toned, warm toned colors. That does not look good. I look sick. I used to do my makeup like kind of hot toned and my lips like more warm toned. I did not look good. I looked sick. I have like red undertones and I have like red undertones in my skin. So if I go with warm undertone stuff, I will look a mess. Okay. What beauty tip that turned out to be a game changer for you? Honestly, just do your makeup not because you want to, but because it's a way to make sure that you know things are done. Like I'm here in my jammy jams right now. Like I'm sitting in a tank top, but I feel done up because I have my makeup. And honestly, it's not about being perfect, it's about having fun with it. I think that's the thing about beauty. Beauty is about exploring your own beauty, figuring out how beautiful you are through having fun, exploring yourself. Because I think that's a lot of the times what makes us stay away from beauty products or like trying to get into makeup if we've never really been into makeup. It's because we're like afraid that it's going to be messed up. Maybe it's going to be messed up. Like I have had eras of my beauty into beauty life where I've like had the craziest nails, the craziest makeup. It did not look good. I have moments like that still. But I'm not gonna learn unless I fail. Um, am I a June or a May Gemini? Try to guess. I mean, you could have tried to guess my zodiac if y'all didn't know that one, but now you know. So, I love long hair, but mine is wavy and struggle to maintain it. I struggled. I have wavy hair too. My hair is actually very wavy, but for some reason the minerals in water depending on like what city and stuff will like mess up my hair and obviously also the bleach and I've done so much keratin treatment for my hair messes it up. So right now it's like kind of straw like obviously cuz bleach. Okay. You want to manifest success, wealth and luck. Success, wealth, luck coming your way. Um It is taking me a lot to just want to leave my house to date and potentially waste my time, and they are in NYC. I'm not used to this culture. Help. Don't date unless you've built something for yourself. Do you have a business? Do you have a side hustle that makes you money? That's not your primary job. That's not your college degree. What do you have going for yourself? If you don't have any of that, don't date. Unless you're gonna go the whole like, and this is I don't condone this, but if you're trying to date for money, maybe that's for you, but you need to have like the hardest head ever if you want to do that. So if you haven't built anything, I wouldn't even dare try to go date. Build something first. Build yourself before you go and try to build something with someone. You're going to attract people that only want you for no they don't want to do anything for you because you don't have anything that you can stand by and be like I did this. I built this up from the ground. So and you're going to protect yourself much better if you know that you have things that you put an effort with, like that you're like really, really serious about. You will do so much more protection of yourself when you've really seen how, maybe your small business has gone from having no customers to many customers. Like you'll protect it way more. Um yeah, the so basically the dark hair makes me look like super serious because I have like very like prominent features like if I have dark hair, I will look like I'm like I could go and chop someone. But when I have blonde hair, I look a little ditzy. And I think sometimes that actually is a bit nice for me cuz if I'm a little too sometimes I am ditzy and being blonde just helps. I love that you got into makeup and finally found my style and feel good doing it. I really like that for you. I'm very happy. Hi to whoever who said mother. Hi. How can you manifest travel? Um, see, the thing about manifesting, it's not so much how can you manifest it and like one day you just find yourself in the middle of like Hawaii or something. No. You have to put yourself in the emotion of what you would feel when you are traveling. What would you feel? Have you experienced that emotion before? Have you experienced that emotion before? Draw on that emotion. If you've never felt that emotion, you need to try to get close to that emotion some way, somehow. What can you do to make yourself feel that excitement that you would feel when traveling? And how could you make that a part of your daily life? What is something that can make you feel excited on a daily basis? What is something that could make you feel like this is something new on a daily basis? Even if it's just trying out a new flavor of something, seeing a movie you would never go see, go karaokeing while you would never be on a stage. Like that's an exciting feeling. That's like a, "Ooh, this is scary." The same feeling that you might have if you're traveling to a new country you've never been to, a country where you can't speak the language, a country where everything is foreign and wow, you have all these new experiences. You have to assimilate yourself with the emotions of what would happen when you're doing that thing, or else you will never achieve it. What's better if I want to build myself a job or a business depends on what you're like. Some people are not meant for having like a classic job. Some people get more into their business and feel better about protecting that than they do about like, oh, I have a job. I'm a job girly. Like sometimes you need to have your own business to feel like I did this. Because also you care more about it when you know it's 100% on you rather than like someone's going to tell you what to do and you just have to live up to it and then you can clock out at 5. No, yeah, like if you really want to get there, one thing I will have to say is that you have to understand that you are probably going to have to work 24/7 instead of 9 to 5. If you actually want to manifest your dream life, you're going to have to work on yourself. You're going to have to work on whatever business that's going to make you money. And you're going to probably also have to work that job that you're working. If you're a mother, you're going to have to be a mother as well. It's not going to come from just sitting around and wishing and praying. It's going to come from self work. It's going to come from physical work. And it's going to come from all of those mixed in together. That is exactly why, like, manifesting can be very, very easy when you understand the mechanics of it. How do you not attract bumps if you're a goddess? Recently, there's these boys in my class want to date me. Just say that, oh, you don't have time for it. Honestly, just be like, you know what? I'm really busy right now. I have a lot going on. I'm just doing my thing. I'm actually pretty happy. Just say you're pretty happy. Yes, you are. Tell them, yeah, you're pretty good. Oh, I'm good. Like that should be fine. And if they start questioning you, then you know that these people don't have anything going on for themselves because they want your energy with a whole explanation. People that are fishing for an explanation for you just saying no are usually people that are only trying to take your energy without giving you anything in return. So just know that if you just say no and they're like, oh, really? Why? It's like, well, because I just want to do whatever I want to do. And if you really want to freak them out, if you want to freak them out, say, um, it's just because recently I've been like really into, and then say something really strange that you're into. Like I've been really into like crocodiles, and like I need to go home and research that and like start getting into that like seriously. And if they start backing off, like, oh, okay, she's like into weird stuff like crocodiles or reptiles or movies or comic books that's supposedly weird, which is actually pretty cool, then like if you just nerd them out, then they'll retract themselves and then done. Um, do you ever try out fun wigs or just wigs in general? I love the idea of wigs, but being neurodivergent makes me so hyper aware that I'm wearing one and then I'm thinking everyone else can tell. I personally like I get really fidgety. Like I get really, really fidgety. Like that's why I can't do press on nails. I used to always try on press on nails, but I get really fidgety. So if it's not stuck like crazy, it will fall off. That's like unless it's like eyelashes, my eyelashes will stay on. But I'm also not like this all the time. Um, I think that's why I haven't really tried on wigs, and I also don't have any experience with wigs, so I don't know. Um, I don't know anything about that um theory and essences. I'm so happy you like my alter ego method video. That video is honestly, it's the only method you kind of need to start manifesting your dream life. And sometimes you just it's actually as simple as that. That's actually what I'm trying to get to sometimes with manifesting. Oh my god, yeah, my highlights. That was a mess because my hair was also wavy. So every day I felt like I needed to straighten it to get it to like look pretty done up, and that was it was a mess. Hi. Hi, welcome. I'm so glad that you guys have joined me here today. It's fun being live. I really don't do it a lot. So let me know if you want me to go live more or if I shouldn't go live more. Um, I'm actually not into subliminals at all. That's not something I do. Maybe it's just something I should check out. I'm more of a intuition type person. Because I think for it's not something I've gone into. So no, I don't know. I don't. I do affirmations. I record my own affirmations, but honestly, that's not what manifestation is about. That is not what manifestation is about. You can listen to as many affirmations as you want. You can say as many affirmations as you want in the mirror. It's not going to work unless your emotions actually align with whatever you're saying. And that's why diving into like something like subliminals or um what do you call them, affirmations too quickly when you're trying to manifest, instead of diving into actually self-healing and picking up on your self-destructive behaviors like victim mindset, or like literally projecting hate onto your inner child and just telling everyone that they're the problem instead of realizing that you need to take responsibility for yourself. All of those things, that's what you need to figure out before you start listening to affirmations, because your brain is not going to like the affirmations you're saying. You're actually going to do the opposite of whatever affirmations you want to work if you are saying them and you don't believe in them. It's kind of like saying, I'm a multi-millionaire, and you don't have a penny in the bank. Your brain is going to be like, the heck, I'm not. Instead, you have to say affirmations that align with where you're trying to go. Every day, I make progress. Every day, I become a better version of myself. Every day, I try something new. Every day, I put myself first. Those are affirmations that will change your mind. Not like, I am a multimillionaire. I am the richest person on earth. No, like your brain is going to be like, the heck I am. What? Um, what is something you've always dreamed of doing? That's something you can ask yourself if you're trying to learn what you need to manifest. What is something you've always dreamed of doing? Are you someone who wants to go shopping? Like, have you always wanted to be able to go shopping and buy a specific type of bag? Have you always wanted to go travel? Have you always wanted to be the master of your own time, aka have your own business? Like, it should be pretty easy to figure out what it is you want. It could be simple as like, I've always wanted to go out and buy a Louis Vuitton bag. That's a place you can start. um what inspired me to start manifesting? I found out I wanted things. I wanted more, and I said, how can I get more? That's how. It's actually very simple. I wanted more, so I said, how can I do that? How can I manifest? Um, I don't think that's a question that we can answer here on. See, this is okay. I might do manifestation work, but if you get too like specific on like trying to get other people to help you manifest everything instead of getting yourself aligned with being the version of yourself that you need to be in order for things to just flow, that's where you need to go. You can't be, it's kind of like going up to every man and being like, how can I get a good man? They're not going to be able to tell you. You're going to have to figure that out with yourself. What I can tell you is methods to make you clear on how you align with the emotions you need to align with so that everything can come into alignment. That's what I teach. If you say you already have it, sometimes it will work. But a lot of the times it won't unless your body is already in the state. Maybe you're someone who's already in that flow state, but if you're someone who's had a lot of bad experiences, or are you someone whose trust has been like if you've had bad trust issues in your life, then sometimes subliminals won't work. And that is exactly why I recommend for people to sit down and work on whatever it is they have going on that's been suppressing them in the past, instead of just going directly to the, okay, I'm going to say a bunch of affirmations. I'm going to write all of the affirmations down. Actually, it's about shifting your mindset so that the life you're living right now is actually being considered a good life. And then you can jump to trying to pick up the things that you want to manifest. But if you think your life is trash right now and you're trying to use subliminals, you're going to actually most likely only enhance your situation right now. What you need to do is sit down and you need to figure out, how do I make the life that I'm living right now sound sweet in my ears? How do I brainwash myself to believe that the life I'm living right now is the life I want to live? Um, how to be less shy, socially anxious for a long time. Well, for me, I'm not I'm not a socially anxious person, but I can get into like an overthinking mode when I'm out and about, especially around people, especially around a lot of people. What I try to do is I try to let my brain go kind of like um I try to let my brain overthink so much that I just tune it out. I'm like, I actually kind of like let my brain become so overheated with like the overthinking that I'm like, the heck, I'm not going to be overthinking anymore because it's not taking me anywhere. Like, I just make myself mad with the overthinking and then I do it. I think a lot of the times, like for me, for example, I grew up, I went to music school and I was not the kid who wanted to go out and sing, but I've never been shy of performance. I've never been shy of acting. The shyness is actually something that came a little bit more after, like, when I became older. And I was like, why am I shy? This is not my nature. So, what I did instead is I said, okay, well, what are we going to do? We're going to have fun with it. Instead of us being super serious about everything needed to be perfect, we're going to have fun with it. Like, what can you do that will be like awkward and fun? And you're just doing it for fun. That's how we got to think. Like, okay, if I had 100% chance of failing, if I knew I was gonna fail, wouldn't I just have more fun with it? It's kinda like if you know that you can't sing and you're going to sing karaoke, you're not gonna put so much effort into it. You're not gonna put so much effort into being perfect, and then you're gonna let your guard down. This year, I manifested a lot of things by assuming that they are true. What can be helpful when doubts become too loud to manifest the desired outcome? Sometimes when you have doubts, you need to take those doubts and you need to sit with them, kind of like you sit with a child who's afraid of riding a bike. And you need to say, I know this will be hard. And I know this is hard. I know you might feel like this is scary, but I know you can do it. Like a mom would talk to her child. A lot of the times, why we end up having doubts is because we've had those people, those adults in our life that have made us feel like we need to doubt everything, especially if you're a woman, especially if you're neurodivergent. We've been programmed to believe we are not capable and we need to doubt everything so that we seek attention and we seek validation from other people so we don't take action. But you need to sit down with yourself every time you have doubts and you need to say, okay, am I am I okay right now? Like, is anything change? Like, is anything drastically worse right now? Will the emotions that I exhibit, will the reaction that I'm about to have, like crying, breaking down, will that make anything worse or better right now? It probably won't. So it will not change anything right now. What I can do is I can sit down and say, I can say thank you. And instead of saying, oh my God, I hate that I'm feeling doubt, or terrible me, I'm so bad. No, no, no. What you do is you sit down and you say to yourself, thank you for letting me feel this emotion. I'm so happy. I'm so glad for feeling this doubt. Thank you so much for letting me feel this doubt. Thank you. You can even scream it out. You can be like, thank you so much for letting me feel doubt. Like you can be like, yes. And then you switch it. Then instead of you being the effect of whatever it is you're going through, you become the cause. You cause whatever happens next instead of being the one who's affected. So you literally take charge. You say, "Thank you. Thank you for the doubt. Thank you for the doubt." And then you it becomes pretty straightforward. It's like, "Oh, there's no doubt. I literally just chose to react differently. So there is no doubt. I can do it." Are you into spiritual things and astrology? I don't know anything about astrology. Um, so that will answer your question pretty quickly. It is so much better to express it than to numb it down. Yes. Anything that has to do with your emotions is something you need to express. You need to express it with yourself, not with everyone else. That is why I always tell people you shouldn't be out here trying to express your emotions with everyone else. If you're someone who's always oversharing, you always need everyone else's attention, you always need everyone else to give you an advice about everything you need to do, that will be your detriment. They're choosing your path. They're choosing where you quantum jump to. Okay? They're choosing where you go. While in reality, you should be listening to yourself. You haven't built up enough intuition with yourself. You've literally numbed that part of yourself because every time you hear an emotion, you numb it down or you ask people for what it means instead of sitting with it and being like, okay, I can't figure it out. What am I going to have to do? It's kind of like doing a math test. When you're a kid and you're learning how to do math, if you let your big brother do the homework, will you be able to do the math test? Probably not. You probably have to do the math by yourself or else you will fail the math test. So, no matter how hard it is, you have to sit with it for long enough to be like, "Okay, now I'm cracking the code." And it's going to take a while in the beginning, but if after a little while if you let yourself sit with the emotion, you'll realize, "Okay, these are just trying to direct me towards where I need to focus my energy and where I shouldn't focus my energy." And then it becomes pretty simple. I'm so happy that you got some of the questions answered. That's what I'm here for. Save this live so I can watch it later. Will do. That's why I don't go live. I try not to go live on my Instagram because I feel like on my Instagram, like I hate that they don't show the comments. Like it never shows the comments. I don't get it. So when I post the video, it would just be like me talking, and I feel like that's so funny. I want the comments to be there. Um, I know about my personality type, and I know what mine is. You can try to guess what my personality type is. We'll see if you can guess it. Does dyeing hair cause damage? Yeah, it does. I mean, I don't think dyeing your hair does, but I definitely know bleaching damages your hair. And if you dye your hair darker, you can't really get it back to the natural color unless you want to like you're it's going to damage it. My hair is my hair is not perfect. My hair is pretty decent for what it is considering I've gone through so much bleach. Yeah, you will quickly figure out when you stop putting your emotions in the hands of other people, how people actually control your emotions, especially when it comes to like a lot of people, you might think, oh, I'm such a positive person. Now I'm going to share everything positive. But a lot of the people that made you a negative person, when you share something positive, they'll take that positivity and they'll stomp on it. That's exactly why sometimes you just need to retract your energy and you have to play dumb. That's why I always just practice or I always preach playing dumb. Um, like if people ask stupid questions or have stupid reactions, just play dumb. Don't share everything that you're achieving. Don't share everything that's going right in your life with everyone because most people are not going to respect it. They're not going to respect your emotions the way you want your emotions to be respected. So why give it to other people? Let yourself respect your emotions and let them think that you're dumb. Like let them think that you're stupid. Let them think that you're unresponsive. Um, nope, not INFP. Um, I have done keratin treatment, does not work. Because my hair is actually naturally wavy. So it only goes straight and then so my hair is actually pretty healthy, but I have like very interesting hair like texture. I have like very very thick but almost like straw-like hair. Like my hair is like very thick, but also very very sensitive to humidity. I can't be in humid weather at all. Like it will go like I like seeing you guys trying to guess. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. You'll have to guess. It will be revealed some other time. And always let me know if you have any other questions. Questions are greatly appreciated here because that's what we're here to answer. Everyone in the comment section guessing. This is fun. Should I go live more? You guys think I should go live more? I never really um go live. I never really go live. Hi! Oh my god, I'm so happy to see you here. I don't know how I pronounce your name. Um, Sahali, maybe? I'm so happy to see you. I'm so glad. Okay, so I'll go live more. I'll try to make it a thing. I'm very busy with trying to shoot my videos, and I'm gonna shoot a video today as well. I actually have one ready. It's all about manifesting, and it's called I'm so excited to launch it. It's all about like rewiring the way you think about manifesting, and I'm so excited to launch it. I'm so happy to see you. Eee. Um, I don't know anything about Victoria's Secret models from the 2000s. I don't I'm not really into that. I'm into Star Wars and stuff. People might think you see that's the thing about being pretty girl. If you put on a lot of makeup, people will think you have like that's what I'm interested in. I'm not really interested in um that at all. Like the majority of my life, I've not really like this is really funny. The majority of my life I haven't even worn a bra. Like I didn't know that because I didn't that was not something I was interested in. So that tells you what I know about Victoria's Secret. Have you watched Wednesday season 2? No? Do I have a favorite perfume? I'm a perfume gal. Look. I got so many perfumes. I love perfumes. I don't know what my favorite is. Probably this one. This one always gets me so many compliments. Perfume review. Ah, can you believe I just said that? Oh my god. This live video went from me being on some we're so serious talking about manifesting to me moaning over a perfume. Maybe I should do that more. I should just start doing mukbangs, perfume smelling videos. Watch me do a perfume smelling video and it's me reviewing them based on if they cancel out your farts or not. Would I ever be interested in doing a collab video? Depends on who. I'm not the type of I don't consider myself the type of person who would probably want to go on like podcasts and stuff. Maybe, but I get so the thing about me, the reason why I also don't do live videos too much is cuz I zone out and I don't know what to answer. And then I'm like cuz my funny bone is better than my serious bone. Do I draw? I used to draw. My dad has my dad draws. My dad has like a degree in animation. So he draws a lot. So I used to grow up with drawing. I took drawing lessons my whole childhood. I don't think I'm that good at drawing. I'm more of a watercolor person. I'm smelling this perfume. Um, Angela, I don't think that's called manifesting. I think that's called prayer and hard work. For me, when it comes to good grades, I am more of a sit down, do your work, and let yourself understand that no matter what's going to happen, crashing out about it will not make it better. That's it. Do you think you should give a guy who kept something from you for a year a second chance, or do you think once someone has been dishonest, you shouldn't bother with them again? Okay, let me ask you a question. When you wrote this question, did you kind of already have the answer in your head? And were you just looking for my approval to tell you? Could you have asked ChatGPT this question? And then ChatGPT would have given you some answer about it. See, this is me being really direct. Sometimes we need to ask ourselves questions and we need to take whatever answer we think is the right one instead of trying to rely on everyone else. We can use methods other people have used, but honestly, when it comes to the final decisions, we need to stand by them and we need to decide. I'm so slow with coming up with answers to questions. Me too, girl. Like, I'll be like, unless it's something that I'm like really good at and I've revised for, I'll be like, I'll be like, 5 business days till I come with an answer. Um, I take slow to answer things or realize that I'm being taken advantage of. I didn't know it might be autism, but I'm being assessed in 2 weeks. What I always try to say with this is actually it can be something you can use to your advantage, being um slow to answer things or not realize like what's going on. Not saying that being the one who's always left behind is being the good one, but you can turn it so that when people are trying to be backhanded with you or when people are trying to put you down, you let it fly over your head and you keep on moving. That's what I do. I could very easily pick up on all the things that people would say about me that's terrible. But if I do that, then I'm not going to get closer to where I want to go. So what we need to do instead is we need to focus on all of these things we want to go, and everything else can fly over our head. That's why being a girl with zero social cues can be godsend. Makeup and skincare routine. I have very dry skin actually. But I use tretinoin from my dermatologist. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag shout out to her. And I use like scrubs from what is it called? Lush. I use Lush scrubs to scrub my makeup off, like very mild, not like harsh scrubs. And then I use a lot of moisturizer. I use like the thickest moisturizers you can get, like Korean face moisturizers. I don't know, barrier cream basically. Like I lather it on. I still get dry skin though, but I use dewy foundation, and then I use a Maybelline setting spray that like will stick all day. Like this is my that I have makeup on here. You can't see it. Oh, Abigail, I'm so happy. You're so sweet. I'm so happy. Yeah. Oh, also with makeup, I got really distracted right there. Thank you so much, Abigail. My makeup, I use Dior eyeshadow. I use Clinique foundation. I use Dior concealer. I use NYX eyeliner. I use drugstore lashes, $2. I use Dior highlighter. I use Can Make blush. I use By Mario lip liner. I use Fenty Beauty um, lip gloss and the Maybelline spray. And I don't use anything in my brows. That was it. Um, I don't like actively manifest, like I don't consciously pay attention to it, but now I want a particular thing like an iPhone. I don't really have a burning desire though. I just want to test manifestation. You can't really test manifestation. I mean, you're always manifesting. You're always manifesting your own reality. Like you're manifesting right now. Um you're manifesting your own reality right now. So it's not something you can really test, but if you have a strong desire for something, you can manifest that quicker if the desire is strong enough that it draws you into action towards that thing. It's kind of like if you lost all your money tomorrow, if you're the type of person who needed that money really badly, you would be able to get that money quickly. That's how manifestation works. Like you would put your mind in you will hyper focus your mind on I need to get this now. When you're comfortable enough, that's one thing that usually happens to us is when we're comfortable enough, and this is also something that happens because we have consumerism. When we get comfortable enough with like we get enough little snacks, we get enough little treats, we get enough dopamine from TV shows, we don't seek to make ourselves better. That's why we end up not going for the things we really want because we're comfortable enough that we don't have to like really go for what we want. Think about it like this. If you were in the wild wild west and you were going to like you were like being hunted by some people that were trying to go on their horses to catch you because you're a wanted man. This is really terrible. And you needed to get away. Would you find a way to get away? Yes, you would. Because it's all about life or death basically. So that's why a lot of the times like we actually have to push ourselves outside our comfort zone. A lot of the time our comfort zone is actually an uncomfort zone because we don't have everything that we want, yet we're unwilling to leave that comfort zone. We're unwilling to become uncomfortable in other aspects of our life because we want to retain some comfortability that the uncomfortability of our current life is giving us. What are my hobbies? I like perfumes. I like walking. I like I mean, I don't know if those are hobbies. I actually don't think those are hobbies. Exercise and being into perfumes. I am actually very into movies. I'm a big movie nerd. Huge, huge movie nerd. I am I mean very into I like art. I like going to museums. That's something I've always been very interested in. I'm very into fashion. Always been very into fashion. I'm very into history. I like history. You could catch me during the summer reading a whole book about history stuff when I was a kid. I am I'm very into traveling. I love traveling. That's something I'm really keen on. And then I'm also very interested. I love singing. I love singing. Singing is my favorite thing. I think that might be my number one hobby. Never gatekeeping. We're never gatekeeping. Y'all better know that when I get everything that I want, I'm going to show everything to you. Like we're going to have the back hall. We're going to have like I'm going to take you with me. You're going to get to share all of these experiences with me. We're not gatekeeping in here. No. I draw and paint as a hobby. I'm not very good at painting. You are great at painting because you are painting. Say that with me. You're great at painting because you are painting. I'm so happy that you paint. I'm so happy to hear that. Um, we're manifesting without us realizing. Isn't it something that you No, no. We're manifesting all the time because without you knowing, you have certain things programmed into your mind that you will naturally shift towards. That is exactly why, if you are someone who keeps manifesting narcissistic partners or narcissistic whatever, or bad people into your life, there is something in your life that is making you attracted to those people. So, those are the only things you're seeing, which is why you end up with those people. Believe it or not, there's something that you probably haven't worked on that is setting you on a path towards those people. It's kind of like when girls say, "Oh my god, I hate men are terrible. Men are the worst men." And these women always end up with bad men because that's the only thing they can focus on. What you bring attention towards is where your energy is going to flow. Okay. That is where the attention of the universe is going to flow. So if you say you hate yourself, you're going to try, your mind is naturally going to find ways to make you hate yourself even more. So it becomes a self fulfilling prophecy. That is exactly why we're always manifesting our reality. We're always manifesting our reality. That is why we have to sometimes do random things. If you've ever watched all everything everywhere all at once, I can't remember the exact name of that movie. They have to do like really random things to quantum jump. Is because if you want to quantum jump, if you want to actually shift timelines and you want to do something, if you want to have like a different life, you need to take different actions. Instead of doing what you always do every single day, you need to do something completely different. You need to do something completely different. Um, that's why we're manifesting the lives. It's not just about, oh, I want a new iPhone. I'm going to manifest this iPhone. No, it's about where is my focus in life? Where's my focus in life? This is why I always say to the neurodivergent girlies out there, if you're someone who's always talking about how your neurodivergence is a terrible thing, that's what it's going to become. That's what it's going to become because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy and society knows this. Society wants you to feel like that so that you rely on other people to give you things, or you want have to have other people to give you things like accommodation instead of you being able to accommodate yourself. So that you actually need to rely on other people and these people can get you to do more for them. Have you done anything to practice being faster at answering questions, either long term or just before doing a live to get yourself in the right? Sometimes you just need to learn to talk. Um, it helps that I'm a talker. If you're generally a very like I'm not an extrovert, believe it or not. I'm actually an ambivert. I'm not good with like I'm not too good with a lot of people at like I'm better with like one to one. But you sometimes just need to get it over with. And the thing that usually sets us back when we're bad communicators is we end up ruminating on the things that we ended up saying, like, oh, did I stutter? Did I have a pause that was too long? And instead of moving along, because most people are like caught up in their own head, they're just waiting for you to finish so that they can talk. So when we realize that, it's like, okay, I could go like this. And if people remember it, maybe it's cool that I did that. And if people don't remember it, it's because they have better things to do. I'm still trying to understand how to be consistent with ADHD. I've been struggling with this my whole life. You need to become consistent with whatever it is consistency means to you. For me, I do content. My content is not like consistent. Like I'll make the same video every single day and I'll have like a specific series that I'll upload. No, I'll upload whatever it is I want, but I am consistent. I will upload. Like you need to find some type of way that you can make your consistency into something that makes you money or something that gains you skills. So if you one day feel like going for a run and that's something that makes you a happier person, do that. And then the next day you want to climb trees. And then the next like you just have to do something. Um Life advice I'd give myself at 21. Fail more. Fail more. I would tell myself you're doing great. Just fail a little bit more. Have some like go out and don't take it too seriously. That's the advice I always got when I was younger, and now I really understand it. Don't take things too seriously. Fail more. Get really good at failing. And yeah. What's your favorite movie and music genre? Movie genre? I always ask people the question, what's your favorite comfort movie and what's your favorite movie that you really appreciate for the artistic like the way it's put together artistically. For me, I think my favorite movie comfort wise is Back to the Future. And artist wise, I really like, let me think, I like Jackie Brown. That's a great movie. um let me think. I'm an 80s I like 80s movies. I really like The Thing. The Thing is a great movie. Escape from New York. I'm an 80s gal. Like I like the 80s a lot, the 80s movies. I love that girl. I'm brainless to the letter. I'm dumb dumb dummy. Yes. We do that here. Skills you're trying to acquire, hobbies or interests you want to explore. Um I think I would like my hobby to be trying out hobbies. Um yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I would like to sing more. I don't do that as much as I used to. Yes, you are great at painting because you are painting. How did you find out about manifesting? I saw myself in the I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, "Can't be right that other people get things that I don't get. There must be some type of way for me to get whatever it is I want." I've I've been on the manifesting journey since I was 16. At 16, at 17, I think I was. At 6 at 13, I literally like I manifested my MacBook. I wanted a MacBook and I manifested that. But manifesting is not just sitting down and being like, I want it. No, it's like, I want it. What do I have to do to get there? Not what do I have to do? Who do I have to become? That's what I did at 16. 17, I dropped my um MacBook in a puddle of water and I was like that I had made a whole mood board with like I wanted a new MacBook with 250 gigs and like yeah, I'm going to get this MacBook. And then like a week later or a couple of weeks or a couple months after me having done that mood board, I dropped my MacBook into a puddle of water, the one I had currently, and I'm like, "That's not what I wanted." But that made me hyper focus on how I could get the MacBook that I wanted for the money that I had. And then I ended within a week, I had the MacBook that I had always wanted. Ah, Sarah, thank you so much. I'm very happy you appreciate the stream. I'm having fun. I'm getting a little overstimulated by my light. I have like a light right here. It's a little overstimulating, I'll have to say that. But I'm getting a new one soon, so maybe. Manifesting reminds me of those childhood shows where they say they're going to do something impossible, they figure out how to do it, and then they miraculously do it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, I remember my dream. I had a dream when I was younger. Like, I really wanted to go to LA. I don't know why. I just really wanted to go to LA. Like, that's just and then I was like, how am I going to go to LA? And then for a whole summer I ended up being in LA. And I was like, when I was looking back at it, I was like, wait a minute. Little me, I didn't have my parents like to help me out with making sure that I could get there. I had accommodation and everything. No, I had to figure all of that out myself. And I did that and it was a blast. And I'm like, I did that. I really achieved that. And I was 18. Mind you, I was 18. Have you ever thought of doing song covers on your YouTube channel? Yes, I have. Should I do that? I have. Maybe I'm not gonna do that tonight. Um, I was thinking about just doing different, like different folders for all of my content because obviously my content is sometimes a little bit random, which I love because it's much more me. Just like having a folder for music stuff, having a folder for manifesting stuff, having a folder for blogs, just a little bit of everything. Um, could you share the specific manifestation journey and yours? So what I did is actually I have like a little wallet in my closet. I might do a whole video about that one time. I started my manifesting journey, my serious manifesting journey when I was 16. Um, and I really wanted to be able to make my own money because I was tired of having to work like a job after school. So I worked my behind off trying to make sure I had money from like after school, I worked at the job and I also did what I needed to do. Like I had my own business set up. And basically, what happened was that I had like this whole little picture of me that I drew. I drew a little picture of me with overalls and like a little Fjallraven bag. And I was like, I'm gonna make so much money. I'm gonna get everything that I want. I drew that and I put it in my wallet. And I didn't look at that piece of paper till like a couple years ago. And when I found it in my wallet, I was like, all of the things that I probably wrote on this piece of paper had already been realized. Like I'd already done all of the things that I wanted. One of the things was I was going to go to LA. You basically you sit down and you decide on what you want. And then you say, okay, it's going to come. You sit down and you decide on what you want. And then you say to the universe or God, whatever you want to say it to, you say, I believe this is going to come. And you ask, what can I do for me to become the best version of myself? Show me what I need to see to become who I need to be. You say that every night. Show me what I need to see. And then you surround yourself with pictures of what you want. Really get into it. Anything that you could come near that is close to what you want. If you want to get a Chanel bag, go to the Chanel store. Get dressed up. Ask questions. If you really want to travel somewhere you can't afford it, watch videos about that. It's about surrounding yourself with it so you can feel the emotions that you would feel of having that. When will I make a Patreon? I've been thinking about making that Patreon for so long, and you know that my videos on there would be so explicit, it would be crazy. Like, not explicit, but more like verbally, like like I would just tear things down. But I have been moving away from my exposing content just because I feel like sometimes it's not fun, and I want to do stuff that's fun. What is my book of proof? A book of proof is a book where you write down everything that goes good in your day every day. And you can write it down specifically based on what you want to manifest. So basically, if you want to manifest more money, you write down everything that's happened today that is something to do with money, also positively. So if you had to pay your bills today, instead of being like, boo hoo, I had to pay my bills, write down, I spent $200 paying my bills because I have the honor of being able to do so. I found a nickel on the ground today. Someone bought me an ice cream today. Someone gave me a free sample today. I I made $5 on selling my clothes online. You have to write everything down so that you can really see, like, your brain will be like, wow, money is really flowing. That's how you rewire your brain. You can do it with relationships. Maybe you want a boyfriend. You sit down and you write down all of the positive things you've noticed about relationships. Maybe you write down, I have a positive relationship with my cat or my dog or my mom. You write that down. You noticed that. I saw a beautiful couple walking around today. I watched a movie about love. I this and like your brain will start being able to pick up the positivity. That's you rewiring your brain. That's the book of proof. And then you will actually realize because what's going to happen is that your proof is going to start accumulating. So what's going to happen is that when you, for example, maybe you start making a lot of money. What's going to happen is that you can write down, okay, maybe I made $2,000 today. You can write that in your book. And then when you look back in the beginning, it's going to be like, maybe it's going to be like smaller things like I had a great meal today. That's something you can write in your book of proof. I had a great meal today. I saw a cute dog today. That's great. But with time, it can be I reached 100,000 subscribers. I made $5,000. I made $10,000. And then every time you feel like things are not going your way, you can go look in this book. And then you can be like, you know what? Things are going my way. I don't care what my doubts are saying. I don't have no doubts. And that's how you clear out the doubts because you can see that your life is filled with good things. Um, do you feel like the definition of high value movement has changed over time? I love how you don't reduce it down to the old money aesthetic. I don't believe that. I definitely believe that people are going to perceive you as more high value if you dress classy, if you don't have any tattoos, if like don't have any piercings or something. People are going to think that you're more high value. But that doesn't mean that you can't be someone who doesn't have any boundaries and you can't be someone who doesn't care. Like your energy will always be able to tell on you. That's what I always believe that if you want to be high value, one of the things you can do to buy yourself more time to become energetically high value is to cosplay as high value. And maybe that is dressing in the old money style or like wearing the basic black and white outfit that we see all the like self-help people wear. That's something that can buy you time, buy you like diversions from people so people don't think that you're someone special, basically. And then they let you do whatever you want to do. And they think that you're just they'll be basically people will pay you the attention that you want to be paid. Like they have respect for you and this and that. But if you're someone who's very alternative in the way you dress, you should be able to do that. But maybe your energy is not where it needs to be yet. That's what I always tell people. Your true self, if you're saying, well, I want to dress this way because that's how I am, that's my true self. Well, if you're not where you want to be in your life, that's not your true self yet. So, you dressing the way that your true self wants to dress, that might change when you actually realize how powerful your energy is. Me, I used to dress very, very baggy. Like, I still love baggy clothes. I used to dress only very baggy. I used to dress like only in streetwear. And I would like never touch a dress, never touch anything that had to do with feminine. And now I love to mix it both. And if I went back in time and I was like, you should wear a dress more, or maybe you could do this, I'll be like, no, this is not my true self. But I'd never met my true self. Sometimes you need to kill your true self to become your higher true self. Um, okay. Oh, but yeah, the definition of high value woman has nothing to do with just being old money. It is much more to do with your energy. But obviously, if you want to go to a really nice meal in a really nice place, we're not telling you to wear a bikini that says hot girl and literally only covering parts of your body that should not be exposed. Like, that's clogging to everyone, I fear. Um, I'm manifesting starting a business, something to do with veganism. Great idea. I'm going to make a vision board. Do a vision board and even like draw your business. Draw how would you want your business front to look. Like that is simply action. That's action. Part of the action is writing it down. Show me what I need to see to become who I need to be. Or show me what I need to see to become who I'm meant to be. Yay! I'm plant-based too. I've been plant-based for 11 years. Um, yes, you should never tell people what you want to manifest. It's your journey and your journey only. I mean, like if you have a really, 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 really supportive person that you're 100% sure are not going to sabotage you, you can tell them, but only when you've embarked on the journey, not in the beginning. Because if you tell them like you are going to do this, then you're most likely not going to do it. Does writing down help in manifestation? Writing down does help when you want to get clear on what it is that you want, but you can't just be like, I'm going to write down everything that I want and then it's going to come into my life. No, it's going to, you have to change something up here. You have to do different actions. A different action is not writing something down. That's a very comfortable action. Hey, Susanna, plant-based club. I'm getting so thirsty. I have my tea. I only have a little bit left. I'm getting a call, guys. So I'm going to have to end the stream here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.